Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Brunch with Egnards. I don't know why I'm bullshitting an intro because I never do. I just start talking. This is awkward. This is actually the first time I'm logging into the game today. Normally, I've done my dailies to get started, so just excuse me while I do all that boring stuff that normally needs to get done in the morning. Let's see. Oh, hey HodHod. I think I have you on my, yeah, I've got you on the docket for today. And, fuck you, Blackhammer. Hurricane, good morning. What is this? Why is this taking time? What is going on? I don't think I've ever seen this happen with the PC client before. It's just loading. Hello, PC client. Why are you doing this today? When will you stop so that I can do my shit? Are we gonna have to reload? We might have to reload. What the fuck is going on? What is this shit? Alright, well, guess we're reloading the game. Oh, man. Yesterday was, my... Yeah. Yesterday was my 5th wedding anniversary, so we went out for a lovely steak dinner. What the fuck? What is going on? Why won't this game load? God damn. Will it load on my phone? Yeah, Blackhammer, that's what I've been telling you for a while now, right? If you will recall, I've been saying, hey, this is a great thing, and you need to get on board with this because it comes around constantly, and you did not want to listen to me. We are going to end all our EA tasks because it seems like EA does not want to cooperate this morning. Let's see if there are any Star Wars, because the game will load on my phone. Alright, there we go. I don't know. EA was just being weird. It was doing a thing. Perfect. We're back. Vash, good morning. Sorry, obviously we had some stuff going on. So for those of you just joining us, I did not do my dailies today. Yeah, it comes around about 3 times a month, and I think it's kind of like the other events where it's really not tied to a specific amount of days, but it comes around often. Morning, Bodhi. Speaking of that, morning, afternoon, evening, I have taken to just saying good morning to people no matter what. It could be 2 p.m. At school, and I just say good morning because I personally think good morning sounds better than anything else. I just think it sounds nicer. So I say good morning regardless of the time of day. Alright, getting fucked on shards today. Nice, 1 for 10. Fucking love it. Okay, I can forgive you. 3 for 5, 5 for 10. So 6 for 20 in total. That's not terrible. There we go. And then, of course, we've got our Cantina energy. Hey, Limestone. What do we need? 220, 120, 2... I'm actually running low on that. That's interesting. Oh, that's a beauty. I got one a few days ago. I actually, also, I got the 250 crystals twice this week from Dailies. Not to brag or anything, but was super, super, super excited about that. 10, let's just say 5. I think, I like to follow the patterns. Obviously, CG changes the patterns to confuse us sometimes, but if you look at almost any other event cycle, the high level character comes out a week after its last requirement. So I really think that we're getting Balin this week. Obviously, I'm not unlocking Balin. I have Morgan at 7, but that is it right now. I don't really have a desire. I've been doing the marquee either 3-pack sometimes. I did a 5-pack on Maroc, and I got all 7s. So I made an attempt. I feel like if I did get Maroc at 7 stars, I probably would have shipment farmed Great Mothers or something just to kind of stay on top of it. The only character I've ever gotten first run is Jar Jar Binks, obviously, so I'm not too worried about it. I think we're gonna see a prettier raid, and I have time. Plenty of time. Nena, good morning. Let's go here, get this shit done. I kind of sometimes forget what the dailies are because I don't do them in any specific order. If it's a monthly event, that'd be really great. If it was like Bo-Katan, then I'll have them in short order, within 2 or 3 months. Because I still have Shin, right, and Maroc here, and Great Mother. So I've got a lot that needs to get done. Yeah, I think we probably will get another TB planet, but probably right around the time that we are announced on the next raid. What that's going to be, I don't know. I do think that they probably will want to recycle the speeder bike raid. And technically that raid takes place on Endor. That doesn't necessarily mean that they have to do Endor, But that is where it goes. I just want to check. We might have to just sprinkle some TB in here. Okay. Star Killer Mirror. Mirror with Faster Jade versus non-Jihani Omicron teams. This is my favorite part. This is where you guys can see just how terrible I am. Oh, it's all Jihani teams. Just how terrible I am at Territory Wars. I generally avoid doing it on stream. Yeah, I mean, it depends on where they put the planet. Man, I can't focus on 2 things at once. It depends on where they put the planet. If they put the planet low, which, I don't really necessarily think that they'll do, the Kairos might be nice just because Mandalore was more forgiving than Zepho. So for players that need that. But you're right. Like I don't need stun guns. I don't need Kyrotech anymore. I have thousands upon thousands. I think I have 2,000 or so battle computers and like 2,400 Kyrotech. And I'm at a point where I'm literally just waiting to upgrade new characters as they come out, and we're doing our twice a month random character project just to get them all up. You know what? So, Bodhi, you might be upgrading characters fast or upgrading shards faster than I am, but I'm getting Kyrotech at a rate faster than the characters that are new. What is here? Another Star Killer. Okay. Like way. I stopped using my GAC currency on Kyrotech. Like I used to exclusively use it on that. And now I don't. Oh, this is a slow one. Now I use it all on G12 gear. Yeah, so you're a little ahead of me, right? That's my goal, is to get that. My lowest characters are the brand new characters and G12s. So I do need the Kyrotech a little bit, but it's not Kyrotech that's holding me back on these projects. It's the G12 gear. And obviously I do have a decent amount of it hoarded, but I need to make sure that I'm getting that stuff. I need to make sure, I need to make sure that I'm getting that stuff for the new characters. Yeah, so here I have, I don't want to say stopped buying Kyrotech, but I've definitely slowed down Kyrotech from guild events as well. I have completely stopped from Grand Arena Store. Now I forgot which one had the slow Star Killer. Let's see, is this it? 297, okay. I need a Jedi. It doesn't matter. Jedi. And then I can go do things. Alright, fine. Sure. I think my Mara Jade is faster. I hope my Mara Jade is faster. I guess my Mara Jade is faster. Ooh. All right. I forget that you can't stun this team. I like that my Star Killer has not gone once yet, which is kind of silly. Theirs is fast enough to go twice. I really need to upgrade my Star Killer more. I don't know. But I think we're safe at this point. Oh, man. Okay. I've done enough on these walls. So that's our intermittent TW. I think we're probably going to be all right. Based on what I'm seeing here. We're doing way better than them. Conquest I'm done. But on brunch days, I do like to just do the battles manually so I can chat with you guys. So we'll do that. And I gotta tell you guys, this, man, the first time I skipped to this Imperial Remnant feat, and my Imperial Remnant is, like, it's not great. But this new team, the Peridia guys you want to call them, I've been using in Conquest, and even at low gear, like, they just fucking melt faces. Like, it has been just beautiful to watch them. So this time I did it. Yeah, I mean, TW is one of those things, like, we have new TW officers, and they're trying to do better for us, but, you either have the matches you're gonna win really easily, and the matches that you're just like, this isn't even worth it. And I've been trying to teach them to learn the difference of that quicker in the match, so that they stop, like, tagging me on matches that we very clearly are just not going to win, and it's not worth our time. And that's the same thing with like TB. Like, I hold out till the very end, but once it gets to the point where it's either sink or swim, or it is what it is, like, I just stop tagging people. It's not worth it at that point anymore. Though I have been working on new TB orders, and I'll show you guys, because I'm excited about them. I've been doing this. Let's see, where is it? Officer chat. So I've been working on a new order agenda to kind of help my guild in TB. Where is Discord? There's Discord, and let's shut the game for a second. There. Right, so I've been working on building agendas in each day, and I still do this every day, but I've been working on streamlining the process to make things easier, right? So 1, the order of operations of what to do, 2, guides that bring you right to our territory battles library, and then, kind of giving an indication of how important battles are on that day. So on days like day 1, where it's just not, it doesn't matter, there's no need to do battles, just letting people know, like, you don't do them, it's not worth your time. But I only have 2 days set up so far. My goal is to get through to day 6 by tomorrow. Our day 2, we haven't hit. Oh, I see that. Oh no, I didn't. We haven't hit the 333 yet, but that is our goal. We're about 20 million in battles off from it. And that's because our guild is big enough to be able to do it. It's just that we struggle with people knowing what battles to do, and to, like, really put in the effort on those things. So I'm trying to streamline the understanding so that people are more willing to do those battles when they know, like, okay, this is an important battle day. This is a not important battle day. This is a, medium battle day where, like, if you're super busy, it's okay to just do the fleet battles. We don't have any R7 Geos. What we need is higher battle wins on that fleet battle. So technically, to get 333 on day 2, you only need to be at about a 535 million guild. But that's assuming 100% battle completion. And obviously most people Most people do not have geos, and the fleet battle, I mean, I have two strategies for the fleet battle. One that Bit Dynasty gave me, and he says he wins only about 25 to 30% of the time. So obligatory fuck you bones for the Bit Dynasty shout out there. And then one from Kazgul, which also only needs, has a 25 to 35%, win rate. So it's literally the same thing. As far as those battles, I mean, guys, that's why we have this, right? We have, and I've been rebuilding it to be a little bit faster, but we have the library of battle completions so that people can understand, what to use in each sector. And I've had people from Maw reach out to me about this to get help because they've been saying they've been struggling. Jabba, easy. Jabba can solo this battle. There's no reason to have it. But, I'm trying to make sure that the people in my guild, at least, and other guilds, are having an understanding of how easy those battles are in reality. Once I do that, I try to find the new things that work. I try to find the non-GL things that work. I try to experiment. Right now I can't experiment as much because we've changed our TB strategy, and our new TB strategy is a little bit more battle intensive. So my wins are a little bit more important than they used to be. I just want to see if this works, because I don't need it. We'll just throw it on auto, see what happens. Oh. You guys can't see what I'm doing, can you? Silly me. Because knowledge is power, and knowing is half the battle. So I haven't spent too much time dedicated to the Quadmate team yet. I have been told they do pretty well. I have been told that they can do the Ring of Kafrene battle. I have not tried it because I did not bring my Quadmate to R9. I only brought the bros. Though, if I remember correctly, last TB I used like a hobbled together squad of JML, Jedi Knight Luke, the bros, and I think Ahsoka Tano, and won the Ring of Kafrene battle. Yeah, Bodhi, the problem though is that the middle battles are all easy, at least up to Kessel. I don't know about Vandor, but I can auto every single battle in the middle. And generally, I can do it with whatever's my leftover teams. So I tend to do my dark side battles, then my light side battles, and then I do my mixed battles in the end. And if I don't do my mixed battles in the end, I at the very least, it's just because I've done them so many times, I know what to use and what not to use. Like Tatooine is basically literally the easiest, it's the easiest planet in all of TB, in my opinion. Let's do this. Hut Cartel, why not? I don't actually think that this is... I had this thing where I was going to try and do all of those epic quests just over time, but I think I'm going to kill these guys way too fast for Ig to get his... Yeah, see. Oh, actually, I got one. Bracca's a pain in the ass. I mean, I can do Bracca because I have a lot of GL teams. So, like, GL Leia has no problem with Bracca. I use Jedi Knight Luke lead against the Ninth Sister node, which seems counterintuitive, but I've found it to be incredibly useful, even there. I do not use CLS at all, honestly, in ROTE. It's a good team. I just don't need to use it, so I don't. Ooh. I think I just loaded my game on my phone by accident by turning on my phone, so let's see if this disconnects. Hopefully it didn't read, because that took a second. Alright, good. Didn't cause any issues. I've never tried the Nine Sister battle with JML lead. I've always done it with Jedi Knight Luke lead. I do have to do it on manual. I've never successfully beaten it on auto. I really would like to find an auto for the Ninth Sister node. That would be lovely to me, because it's one of the very few nodes that I do have to do on manual. I'll get there, Bodhi, with the Bounty Hunter quest. Slow and steady. We'll see after this where the IG even is. I don't think it's very far, to be completely honest. Oh, man. It's one of those days where there's not a lot going on in game. Which is good. Some people hate it, but I fucking... I honestly just... I hate having too much to do in the game. Hey, Solo, how's it going, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? When it comes to non-ship missions, I don't have the... fuck. I don't have the map in front of me, obviously, but I think... When it comes to non-ship missions, I think that Bracca's Jedi mission is like one of maybe two that I can't do on auto. Everything else I can do on auto for LS. But that's off the top of my head. Though, since unlocking Zepho... Oh, there's the map. Thanks, Bodhi. Let's see. We'll pull this up here. I know that feeling, man. I do. This is my crunch time, like, where I just don't have any time to do anything. Hey, MHH. MH2. M2H. Let's see. Okay, so Mustafar I can full auto. I can even do the fleet mission. But the fleet mission is about a 60% win rate. I don't really need to do the fleet mission, though. It's just I kind of do it for funsies. I can full auto Corellia. I can full auto Coruscant. DS Genosis, I can full auto, obviously, except for the fleet mission. Felucia, I can full auto. Baraka, I can not full auto. The fleet mission is very dangerous to auto. And the Jedi mission is very dangerous to auto. I do not have a problem with either of these two side missions. And obviously I cannot auto the Zepho mission. Dathomir I can full auto, but I do not have a team for the Afra node yet because my team is not R7. So these three and the special mission I'm full autoing. Let's see. Tatooine I can full auto, except obviously for Riva I don't auto, and I don't auto this node as well. I do auto all of these nodes, including the fleet. Is this Zepho? Zepho I can full auto, including the SM. Everything here is completely easy to auto. The fleet mission, I'd say I have about an 85% win rate to full auto it. Kashyyyk, I don't auto the fleet mission because that can get a little bit hairy. And I don't do Wookiees because I don't have them at R7. But I do full auto these two missions. Haven class, I do not have teams for all of the nodes yet. The one team that I do use here, the two teams, I'll use C here with Bane, which is pretty reliable, and Night Sisters. Both of them are full autos. Kessel, I full auto except for the fleet. The fleet is a pain in the ass. I hate it to death. But I do all of them, no problem. Lothal is one of the easiest planets in all of TB. I full auto Lothal with no problem. Ring of Kafrene, I only have... Hurricane, Bodhi actually posted it. I'll post it again if the chat is moving too fast. There we go. Ring of Kafrene, my Gungans, full auto a battle, and then I usually have leftovers to try a second battle. But it's not auto for that one. The fleet mission is a pain in the ass, so I don't auto that. And then we are switching up to Vandor, but we don't necessarily need it yet. Hey Logan, good morning, man. How's it going? And then Mandalore, I can auto the fleet mission, though it's like 75%. And I can auto one of these missions with the Gungans, but I haven't been lately because Ring of Kafrene makes more sense. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll actually even put that in the new notes that we're using. I'll put the interactive map for people that don't know about it. Like, I know about it. I don't personally need to use it. Where's my game capture? There it is. All right, let's get back to this. I know, but you have an R9 Luthen. I only have an R5 Luthen, and that's only because you guys voted for me to R5 my Luthen. I have not used him much at all. I've used him a little bit. I cleaned something up with him. I don't remember. Maybe it was a Lord Vader I cleaned up with Mon Mothma Luthen. Logan, Bones said you guys are cooking something up for the Scoundrels, and I'm curious about it. I need to know. I don't like when people dangle little bits of information in front of me and then don't tell me exactly what it is. Alright, so I have one battle left. Let's just do, I don't know, where are they? I can't, like, alphabetical order. Sure, let's do that. I know. He was like, "You guys, we're cooking something up. You got to come back for this new thing." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he didn't answer it, and I was annoyed. But I am taking next Saturday off. I'm driving to Pennsylvania to go to the Ren Fair in Pennsylvania because my wife wants to go with a bunch of her friends. And I convinced Fat Phil to come meet me at the Ren Fair, and we're going to get drunk and do some stuff there. I told him we should do like a live on our phone. But anyway, the point is, I told Bones I would do Hut's Hangout with him next week for a few hours till I have to drive. Are we watching Thursday Night Football? Yeah, Broncos are playing next week. Broncos next Thursday. All of the kids in school are giving me shit about supporting the Broncos. Those fucking fourth graders, man. They're like, they literally will straight up tell me Broncos are a poverty franchise, which is hilarious because they're all Jets fans. And I'm like, so is your team. Your team fucking sucks. We kicked your asses 2 weeks ago. Yeah, hey, man. I'll tell you right now, Logan. You want to talk about R9s that hurt? Where is he? See, he's such a shitty R9 that he's not even high up here. I guess I can't even fucking find him. Holy shit. This motherfucker right here. R9 Hoth Rebel Soldier. Like, completely useless. But speaking of an R9 Bodhi Rook, I think Solo Straight did it for fun, just because he loves Bodhi Rook. I tend to be the dumpster for TB stuff. Anytime somebody leaves the guild because they're quitting the game, I end up, like, if we're in the middle of a TB, I end up just doing it because it's easier. So that's how I've ended up with an R8 Hermit Yoda. I have an R8 Hoth Rebel Scout. I did not want to do this 2 weeks ago, but I ended up... I'm not terribly mad about it because he's the least useful. R7 Grief Karga. And we have a possible retirement coming up in the next, 2 weeks. So I have my guy Q on top of replacing that, and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to end up having to do something stupid. Yeah, so we do the lists too, Frank too. And I generally am one of the last people. Like, as the officer, I'll be the one who's like, all right, I'll step on the grenade of whatever. Like, whatever's left, just to, be the supportive person. There we go. And what events are in game right now? I've done this. Did I do this? Yes, I did. Ooh. That's what he was talking about. I guess I have to do this today. And then we have reviews and shit. Chewbacca Skiff. And I don't really have much in terms of relic material, for this stuff right now. I need it for my Ahsoka shit. So if this... What the fuck? Did I fuck something? Wow, did he die that early? Holy shit. I hate when they do this. They're just like, we're gonna take out Chewbacca. Okay, there we go. So I can't speak to the 92 Broncos just because my wife and I are recent NFL transplants. We started watching last year, but we made the decision to start watching at the end of the season 2 years ago. So we are new football fans. I'm still learning everything there is to know about football. But it is fun in school when all of the Jets fans are like, "Oh, the Jets, they're so great," and I'm like, "No, they're not." And we won, and I'm happy, and we did really nice last week too, even though Bo Nix had literally nothing to do with it. And it was all that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pick six. My wife was actually mad because we were leaving my in-laws when that happened, and she was driving. She doesn't do a lot of the driving I generally do, but she'll drive if we're going to her parents' house. So I was watching it on YouTube on my phone while she was driving, and she was like really mad because at that point we were down 10 to nothing, I think it was. So she missed that play. Yeah, but remember, South Park is one of those shows that has been on for so long, and there's 40,000 episodes. And although I do see some South Park, it's not something that I watch religiously. So just keep that in mind. I can do the Cartman, the Batman. But that's about it. Can't do like a full impression or anything. So that's a funny story. We did our honeymoon in Denver, and we really loved Denver. Like we loved the city of Denver. When she was like, "Oh man, like we're losing all of our friends during football season. Maybe we should get into football." I let her decide the team, and she like literally did all this research on the logos. She was like, "All right, I have to compile the logos, and I have to find colors that I like," and it was a whole like logo cuteness thing. And I think it was down to like the Seahawks, the 49ers, or the Broncos. And she decided on the Broncos because we did our honeymoon there and we love the city. Ma'am, more cheesy puffs. I thought that was pretty good. So we decided on the Broncos, and last year we watched and we enjoyed it, and it was a rough season. Actually, it was I felt like it was a good first season to get into it. And what I said to her, I was like, you know what? It's actually good that our team didn't even get to the playoffs, because then we can at least be like, oh no, we're not like front runners. We didn't pick them because they're good. But it was an interesting season because they started out terrible, and then we had that disgusting loss against the Dolphins that was like 76 to like 20. And then we were like in playoff contention for like a little while. You know, it kept going back and forth. When we beat the Chiefs, it was like, oh man, if we just win like 2 more games and then we lose. So it wasn't the worst. Did you call me Meth Man? It wasn't the worst season to get involved with them. And this season, you know, Bo Nix is green. He's a new quarterback. He's never played in the NFL before. I don't think he's terrible. I think he just, you know, he's got to figure it out. We'll get there. You know, we'll see today how we do. We'll see. Oh, I gotta set my fantasy lineup and shit. Gotta make sure to win. I've been doing fantasies for 3 years now with my guild, and that was before I even started watching football. And I always win 5 games. I win 5 games a season, and right now I've won 3. So I need to win this week so that I can be on top of that. Attack on Titan, I'm going to be honest, I am not an anime fan. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I grew up with in the age of Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and all that stuff, and I'm just not super into it. So I don't watch. I don't have no idea really how good it is or how bad it is. I've never been into the because at least anime when I was growing up was very much like super badass hero with giant sword saves the day, like Inuyasha and like Trigun with his gun and shit. So it's not for me. I did watch Death Note though, and I did like Death Note, and I watched Death Note. I was interested in Death Note because it had nothing to do with like big swords, and it was more cerebral and brainy. Um, I'm not against anime, just it's not for me. Like even like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I've seen maybe 2 or 3 episodes of it in my life. Anything good? Ugh, that's gross. Yeah, I saw a little bit of Trigun. But again, not really for me. I don't even have the time to watch the shows I want to watch. Um, yeah, Broncos are playing. I think it's at 4 today. Right? It's either 4 or 4:30, something like that. Um, so we're gonna go to a movie first, and oh, my bot's not working. Hmm. Oh well. Which one is Jedi Knight Luke tier 6? One, two, three, 6. This one? I don't remember doing that one. I get all mad that my bot's not working, but then I realize I can literally just go into this and I can take the server invite link and just do that. We have reviews to do. We got a lot of reviews to do, actually. I think like 5. I don't know if we're gonna get through all 5 of them today, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go refill my coffee. I will be back in 2 shakes of a dog's leg, um, and we'll get these done because there's really nothing else going on in game. So give me 2 minutes, and we'll get to those reviews. Coffee is definitely something that sparks joy in my life. I will 100% own to that. We don't need the game up anymore. So we are going to throw up this. We have reviews. By the way, before I do this, some people a few days ago on the server started talking about wanting to do a Minecraft server, like just a fun little thing. I put up a poll in my egg notifications about it, if anyone's interested in doing that for fun. I mean, I don't know how often I will get to play, but I know a bunch of people were talking about it. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And then, of course, we have this poll right here. Next week, it looks like, as of right now, I am going to be relicking Darth Sion, unless people vote something else in there. Juhani is pretty close behind. And I could see Tuscan Chieftain making it there if people really, really hated me. But that's what we got going on right now. And let's check out these reviews. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, Frank, too, that reminds me. I have to take... I went to the doctor like 2 weeks ago, and they were like, you have a terrible vitamin D deficiency, which is, I guess, super common for almost 40-year-old white males. So I need to take my weekly pill, my weekly horse pill. Oh, goodness. My bajillion fucking daily value of vitamin D. All right, let's see. What do we got? We got, what's our tag? What's our time? It is 56, 57. Let's say 57. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that needs my weekly vitamin D pill. But I have noticed a little bit of a difference, actually, even in just my energy and not being fatigued so often. So I'm all for it. But even before I started taking it, I went to the doctor. I went for an annual physical for the first time in 10 years, and the doctor... He's like, I'm going to do a blood test, but I'm going to tell you right now you have a vitamin D deficiency. He's like, it's super, super, super common. And that's exactly what I have. He took a bunch of blood tests, and he's like, yep, as I guessed it, here you go. So it just seems to be a common thing. Especially, I guess, in an age where not everybody has time to go outside as much. But I definitely have noticed a difference. I agree. Okay, let's get back on track. We got Paired, who, I talk to every once in a while. He reached out again. A lot of these ones today are second reviews, which is interesting, or third reviews. So let's see where we're at. We got Paired. What's the top 20 of your fleet? 75% 7-star executors, 20% 7-star profundities, 5% random hit squads, maybe cheaters. I mean, it depends. Probably not, but it could be. No, I have their info at the ready, but everything has been peaceful, but no Leviathans. So I say this every single time about the fleet Discord. It's not just about it not being peaceful. You can have a peaceful fleet shard, but still benefit from a fleet Discord. Now, I pretty much have my fleet Discord memorized at this point. And you might too, but that doesn't mean that everybody else in your Discord does. And basically it's just, again, nobody has talked since May. But basically it's just a payout thing that I can look at and say, you know what? Gaz is up in 30 minutes, so I'm not going to hit him because it's his payout hour. Bratilla is in 90 minutes. I'm not going to hit him unless I absolutely have to, right? It comes down to, it helps me not have to do as many battles per day because I'm hitting people who are at like 16 hours to pay out. which means you jump around people a lot more. Yes, Hurricane, plenty of sun where you are, and that's why you're taking the vitamin D pill, and plenty of sun where I am, not that far south from you, also taking the vitamin D pill. The other nice thing about the Fleet Discord is anytime a new ship comes out, I ask them, I say, hey, I'm getting this ship and I'm getting it to 5 stars. What are your plans? And if nobody says I'm getting it to 7 stars, that means I don't have to get it to 7 stars the first month. And then every month that event comes around, I ask again and I say, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, are you planning to get the ship? Are you planning to get it to 5, to 7? And that means it usually can take me 3 to 5 months to get a 7-star new capital ship, and save me those 6,000 crystals instead of having to jump on that right away. So even if you have a peaceful fleet shard, I still highly, highly, highly recommend putting together a Discord. It looks like the assault battles are relatively short up. I'm generally not concerned about Fanatical Devotion. Secrets in Shadow 1 is perfect. Ground War, interesting that it's only 1. It's on the easier side. JML, there you go. Relic JML and get Jedi Knight Cal Kestis to complete his team. Okay, so you can probably do tier 3, but we'll see. Get Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, then choose Jabba, Profundity, raid teams if still worth it. Dead set on relicking JML, obviously. If Jedi Knight Cal Kestis doesn't make sense and I have an okay JML team without, then sure. How highly do you value efficiency? 90% efficiency, but I also want a Lobot team. I don't even know what you would put in a Lobot team. Any favorite characters you want to prioritize? Lobot and Young Han. I mean, I think there's a Young Han battle in ROTE, isn't there? A special battle, so it's not terribly wasted. And I believe there are a couple R7 Young Han platoons. I have one of them. So you could help out your guild with a Young Han if you really, really want to. Let's see. 6.6 million. The one thing that stinks here, the old way .gg did tell us like how you've been doing day to day. And I don't remember if last time we talked you had said that it's really more of a time issue that you don't hit first often. Just because you obviously can hit first often pretty much every day if you really want to. Already have Gialea. Let's look at raid just to see. Doing jack shit in the raid, man. How is your guild doing in the raid? 51 million. So they really want you to be doing about 1 million. I guess it doesn't really matter though. It seems like they're hitting sort of where they want to go. Hey Zavor, thanks man. Yeah, we went to a nice steakhouse, had a few drinks, had a nice 36-ounce porterhouse to share. It was lovely. It was expensive, but lovely. But thank you for stopping in and checking in on it. Like, I feel like... Do you just hit the raid once? Because this is not perfect. Like, you don't have, like, a perfect finite raid team, but between Luminara... let me see. Like, between Luminara, Kit Fisto, I'd put Ki Adi Mundi in there, Plu Koon, and probably Shakti. You should be able to hit that with no problem. Like, right or... Well, you don't have any mods on her. Right? You don't even really need to invest in this raid team so much. You just have to put mods on them, and you'll be able to definitely get a better raid box than you're getting right now. Again, Luminara, Kit Fisto, I do Ki Adi Mundi, Plu Koon, and, I would want to say Shakti, but Qui-Gon's already R5 on that 1.2 million tier. You could probably do 1.2 million without too terribly much issue. Not on a full auto. But you're really losing out on those personal boxes that you could be getting without really investing too much further past where you're at. Okay, so Jedi Master Luke is R9. You have him, perfect. We are going to take a look at our Jedi because you are doing CT1. Okay. All right, here's what I want to do. Next time Ground War comes around, take all of the speed off of Jedi Knight Luke. Jedi Knight Luke as the leader. Jedi Master Luke. Hermit Yoda. Jedi Knight Revan. That fifth slot doesn't really matter as much. Ki-Adi-Mundi might be a really good spot for that. But if you take all of your speed off of Jedi Knight Luke and you put him in the leader slot, the goal is to start the battle with your first attack, which will be Jedi Master Luke, using the granted special, which will send Jedi Knight Luke out. You stun the enemy team. They're all speed limited, which I don't remember if the speed limitation is part of the Zeta or not. So you might need the Zeta. I don't remember. But you need the speed limit is the point, whether it's the Zeta or not. And then the goal is that the last kill of every round, you use the granted special, so that Jedi Knight Luke starts every round. CT2 should be brain dead easy. CT3 might take you a couple of tries, but it's really not that hard at all. Hey Dank, good morning. CT1, okay. Honestly, if you remod these guys for the event, for Secrets and Shadows, and you get Merrin to like G12, you could probably do CT2 without too much issue. Let's see. Haven't even really started the Inquisitors. Let's check out our gear tracker. No Bo-Katan, Jar Jar, okay. Alright, let's go back to that guild for a second. I just want to see units. Yeah, I used to use that solo straight, the Jedi Knight Luke lead one. I don't think I've done it in a while. I don't remember what I use on Kashyyyk anymore, but it's probably Leia and Gungans, if I'm completely honest. But I used to use that one a lot, and it is very, very useful. Did you release it today, or? Jedi Knight. Okay, so we only have 9 Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, so it's not really a priority for your guild right now. It's not a... I mean, I guess if you want the best Jedi Master Luke team, then sure, go for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. I personally think going the Mandalore route is just more useful from a guild perspective. But that's more of a guild thing more than anything else. When we're talking about big teams, I would not prioritize new raid teams. Because you have a team that you just haven't invested in and is at the relic levels to be able to get you something decent. You just have to put mods on them. Raid teams, yeah. Finish LSB teams. Zori is a really good team. That's a nice short-term team to do just because all of the rest of your Zori team is already there because you have Ray. And that reminds me, someone was asking about a high-level resistance trooper earlier. I don't remember who it was, and it's not that I ignored it, but so much was going on that I missed it. I don't use resistance trooper with my Zori team personally. Whether or not I should, I don't know. But the Zori team seems to do what it needs to do without fail anyway. You've kind of isolated, like, you have Leia and you have Jedi Master Luke. It doesn't make sense to ignore Jabba at all, right? Like, it's just such a thing. And even Blackhammer, who's here and who's the mod person and just got Jabba, popped into chat and he's like, holy shit, you didn't tell me Smuggler's Run 2 comes around this often. This is awesome. And then I say, I absolutely did tell you, you just didn't listen to me. It's just such a big deal. It was you. Okay, Nana. I apologize for missing that, but I don't use Resistance Trooper at all in that team. I use... Who do I use? I think I use, like, one of the vets. I use Finn, other Finn, Zori, one of the vet guys, and Poe Dameron. And the team does what I need it to do. Oh, no. Man. Instead of upgrading Zori team, no. Zori team is just so good. The Zori team, it's incredible. Like, it's not a priority if you didn't go for Rey, but if you go for Rey, then it's just such a beautiful team that does not require that much extra investment. I would definitely be going for Jabba. I would say... So let me see where we're at with Jabba. Okay. Skiff, Curse-a-Tank. Okay, Curse-a-Tank's fairly close. What I would say probably is that while you're slow farming Skiff, do Jedi Knight Cal Kestis so you can have the team that you want, and that's a team that you want to do. But then go right into Jabba. Jabba should be more of the priority. I honestly don't even use Rose with my Zori team. If you do the Rose Omicron too, I've heard that's amazing, but I don't use her. I rarely, sometimes, barely. I very rarely throw her in there. Jabba should be the priority. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, fine. You know, it looks like, if we look at all of them, because I saw Merrin before, Tarful, they're all 7 stars, right? Like Cal, yeah, Cal's up there, Seer. So, fine. Bring those guys up, gear those guys while you're slow farming Skiff, but Jabba needs to be of greater priority. And then you have 3 sections of the square, right? And then at that point, yes, you should be going for Profundity because you already have, like, all of that overlap between Leia and between JML and between Jabba. So then you'll have that forefront thing. Zori should be a shorter term priority because it'll give you a beautiful team with very little investment. I know yours is already G12. Well, so here... I don't use it out of GAC, to be honest, Nana. I literally only use the Zori team in GAC. I don't use it in TW. I don't use it in TB. So that could very possibly be true. But basically, you know, people ask this on Reddit a lot. They go like, when is a team done? And for me, a team is done when the team does what I need the team to do. And my Zori team does what I need the Zori team to do. So investing an Omicron into that team... is just not, you know, it's not conducive when that Omicron can go somewhere else. Now, will that change in the future? Maybe. Depends on what I'm facing. Depends on what's happening in GAC, but I just haven't needed to do that yet. So Jedi Knight Calcastus fine, Jabba fine, Zori definitely. I don't really necessarily think that the GG team is a priority at this point in the game for anybody. I do like the team with Stap, but Stap is also a high level Cantina node, so that is something that kind of can really be not conducive to. Well, you already have the rest of the team. I mean, doing GG will give you a team. You have the rest of the team. I wouldn't do stop. I don't think it's a priority. It does increase the viability of the team in GAC, especially when you get the Omicron. And it has made the team useful for me again. But again, it's just a signal data drain to have to spend on that. General Skywalker is great. You don't really have his team done yet. But once you hit Jabba, you have kind of ended the need for ROI on your account. I want to see this. One thing I would maybe recommend doing, and hear me out on this, as a short-term thing, get Padawan Obi-Wan to 5 stars in the short term, and get both of them high enough to do that tier 3. Because tier 2 and tier 3, or whatever tier it is, maybe it's tier 1 and tier 2, but whatever you need 5-star for, you get shards from both of those tiers. So you'll be passively leveling up these guys who are both Cantina farms, which will help you out a ton. And the event gives a lot of credits, which you're probably in a semi-credit crunch. So I would do this as a short-term thing, like almost immediately. Again, just getting Padawan Obi-Wan to 5-star and investing in them high enough just to do those tiers so that you cannot waste Cantina energy in the future. But again, you're at a point in the game where you can make more decisions on your own without it being detrimental. But Jabba and Profundity are just necessary things that you hands down need. I think do you have Cat? No Commander Ahsoka Tano yet. What about... I'm assuming you don't have Bane yet. And, what's his name? Malgus. No Malgus yet. So we're not really on the train of Leviathan yet. Other than Jabba and Profundity, I think... my next bigger project would probably be Bo-Katan Mandalore. It'll help the guild. It'll help you unlock more Get To for Cryotech. Tatooine is not a hard battle to hit, and guilds usually prioritize getting to Tatooine because of the Reva mission there. It does not seem like your guild is really kind of asking you to do that yet, because that's kind of when you should really be doing that. Where is it? Grand Inquisitor. Yeah, well, they're getting there, but they're not there yet. Hey, Wolf. Bo Bo is a great unit. It's just a beautiful Lord Vader counter too, which is just so lovely. But I would say that should be your next big project after Jabba Profundity. I don't think it's worth getting raid teams at this point. Again, you have a raid team available to you that you just haven't been using. And I would do that just even to get the personal rewards, just so that you're kind of getting some of that more that get GAT 1 and 2. NS team, your team is already there. Once you have Marin at G12 for Jedi Knight Kel Kestis, you should be able to get Secrets and Shadows to 2 to 3. I would do Zori as a definite. GG, I can make a case for, just because it's the only thing you really need to do. I think I would do Bo-Katan before I really push gas, though, personally. I know you have him unlocked, but you don't really have the team ready for him yet, and it will give you a pretty versatile team, but I think Bo-Katan will give you a stronger team. And then, I mean, Young Han and Lobot, I don't know what to tell you, man. Do it when you want to do it. Again, Young Han does have a special mission, I think, or at least is a platoon unit. So at the very least, you could make the case that you're helping your guild by doing that. I'm just laughing because I'm reading Moonborn's messages to me, and it's just very funny. Inside joke that would take too much explaining, though, but very, very funny. All right, let's... Yeah, I don't even do the Kira SM, but if you want Young Han, then there you go. You have an excuse to do it. Let's move on. What do we got? HodHod, who is here. Am I pushing for Glat or Balin? I'm pushing for both. You know, I'm at a point in the game where I am doing everything. You know, there's nothing to do but the newest thing for me. So I am pushing for both, but I'm probably going to push more for GL Ahsoka, just because Balin has a time limit attached to him, and I don't have 3 out of the 4 of his requirements. And GL Ahsoka, at least 2 of them are already farmable, and there is no time limit attached to it. So I'm putting priority, you know, behind both. I have whatever the hell her name is, the crazy witch lady. I have her. I just got her to 7 stars, Relic 7, and my 2 Peridia troopers are pretty close to 7 stars. You will not need Balin for Ahsoka. I will eat my shoe. I promise you, you will not need Balin for Ahsoka. They're not doing that. They would not be dumb enough to do that. It would piss so many people off to time gate it like that without a lot. But you know, with that said, I'm doing at least 1 refresh on anything that becomes farmable. So I'm pushing both of them. All right. HodHod. Where's my timer? Just so that you can see this later too. 1:23, right? 1:23:00. Last time we looked at my account. Oh, did you link it? Ah, you did. Look at that. That wasn't that long ago. It was 4 months. Now I have to jump to the present. I'm pretty sure they actually said that he would not be needed for Ahsoka. But they released that stupid map thing. And that map showed 4 bad guys, 4 dark side. And all 4 dark side have been accounted for. Alright. Top 20-year-old executors around 4 profundity this time around. Still climbed to number 1 every day. Rebel around BH to CT2. Force Moon, CT1, Places of Power, CT3, 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 Secrets and Shadows, Phoenix to CT1. Well, you know what? The last time they did that the road ahead and everyone got mad about it, the reality was there was a lot of information, but they scattered it around like 5 posts, which was dumb. Which is why I did that Reddit post with everything linked, and people are like, "Oh my god, this is so much better." They didn't communicate it effectively, in my opinion, how much information there was, and they kind of hid a lot of that information. Just like with Dengar's ship, they announced the Dengar ship in a paragraph about something else, which was just like ridiculous. Balin isn't going to be neutral. There's no way Balin is going to be neutral. If Shin Hati is Darkseid, Balin's not a neutral character. You know, and I think I literally had this discussion. I'm sorry, HodHod, we're getting distracted, but I need to yell at people. We just had this discussion on Reddit about people being like, oh, this guy was a good guy, then he was a bad guy, he needs to be neutral. That's not what neutral means. You know, every character is a snapshot of a time period. And Balin is very clearly a Darkseid. Balin is very, very clearly a Darkseid. He may have been a Jedi at one point, but he's very clearly an antagonist. Whereas Hondo is a character that very clearly does not care who he works for at all. You know, like it doesn't matter to him who he works for. He just wants money. That's why he's neutral. All right, we're going back. About a month or 2 away from JML, we'll be unlocking Ezra with Gold Crate. Okay, probably going to get DR. Yeah, he's not a Sith, but he's definitely Darkseid. Probably going to get Malik. We'll be getting Afra since we'll need all her requirements for ROTE. Who do you think I should go for after that? There's really a lot of paths. I'm going to be honest, I have not looked. Yes, they said who are associated with Ahsoka. They didn't say that he's going to be required for Ahsoka. Right? So Ahsoka, the show, Balin is associated with the show. So Ani, yeah, there are a couple other characters who could be semi-considered neutral. However, when they first put the neutral tag into the game, it was for T3M3 or whatever that character's name is, I don't remember, and it didn't work. So the way that it was coded in their spaghetti code was basically light side was faction 1, dark side was faction 2, and fleets were faction 3. So every time they tried to make neutral, those characters were usable in ships. So they just stopped doing it until that year where they said, you know what, we're going to shore up the spaghetti code and fix the code. And they did that. And then they released Hondo. And it just does not make sense to change the alignment of characters already in game, because it could be far more detrimental to already established synergies. So are there some characters that maybe could be neutral? Sure, but they're already in game, so they're not going to do anything about that. Back to HodHod. I'm ignoring all of you until HodHod's done. I'm going to tell you right now that Afra is an extreme luxury character. I have not looked at your account yet. I don't know where you are in the game yet, but it is a character that I very rarely recommend to anyone ever. She's not needed for ROTE. Yes, you need some of the characters for platoons, and yes, some of the battles can use Afra, but they're not battles that most people should be prioritizing. Afra is a good team, but there are so many better things to go for before getting her. For me, I don't think I have ever recommended Afra to anyone unless it was like, oh, well, you have nothing left to do, go for Afra. It's just not it's not conducive. Um, there's just everything else is better, you know. And I use her every GAC, but at your point in the game, presumably there are going to be better options. Let's see. Oh yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. There's no reason to go for Afra. Okay. So fleet rank 6, 5-star. You are hitting 1 every day. You said that's perfect. I will tell you, I'm not familiar with this Plu Koon strategy, but if it's working for you, fine. Hey man, so listen. Here's the deal. If you are in a guild that's saying, hey, we're doing platoons, and you have volunteered to take that grenade, then I'll keep that in mind as do Afra, right? Because I understand that. I've had to do that too. Everybody has to do that. So you have fallen on the grenade of these are my platoons, so I get it. So we will keep that there. Just understand generally it's not conducive to being necessary. I would keep in mind... Oh! Hey, Cap. Whenever I resubscribe to you, you're never online. Because you can't do the Prime sub from your phone. Which is a pain in the ass. Okay. I would keep my eye on punishing one. You know, just... since this is your main fleet, I'm not saying that you should 7-star it. I would try to at least... I would try to at least get it to 5-star by the end of whatever event it comes to the end of. And Ani, yes, I agree with you. There are far worse grenades to fall on because at least Afra's useful. So it's definitely not a bad grenade, but it's just not a necessary thing. 9 million... Are you in this guild because you want to be in this guild, or are you in this guild because you don't think that there are better? Because you absolutely could be in a better guild. Absolutely. You're the leader. Okay. Well, I don't mean to insult your guild then, but... It's not an insult. I just mean that you are on the higher end of what this guild can do. That's the best way to put it. And I don't know who's active or who's not inactive, but the healthiest thing you can do as a leader, and I learned this through Star Wars, but I also learned this through doing the sponsored games, is, you know, as people are inactive, trim 1 or 2 people at a time. me and Cap are always on the same, but when I hear leader, I go, okay, you're not going to leave. Okay, so we will not assume anything about the guild. We'll just assume that you want to stay there. Okay. Let's see what we got. We're doing that. Jedi Luke, doing that. Anything we can palp. Let's see what's going on here. Imperial Troopers. Veers. Where's Stark? Don't have Stark yet. Okay, no big deal. Haven't jumped on that yet, which is totally understandable. Solo, I would definitely agree with you too as well in terms of, like, when you have a high-level character that you got as platoons, definitely, you go, well, I can maybe make this character useful now. Okay, Bounty Hunters. CT2, alright. Your assault battles, they're about where they should be right now, is what I would say. And if you're gold crating Ezra with a 5 million account, like, I mean, that's impressive. That's awesome. I'm assuming you're buying the Conquest Pass if you're unlocking Ezra with the gold, unless you mean you're going to unlock him in, like, the 4th or 5th. let's see. Gear tracker. JML's close. Okay, perfect. Oh, wow. I mean, so you've been doing gold. Wow. Nice job. So you're going to do it in like 4 or 5, whatever the number is. Good for you, man. I couldn't imagine doing Conquest with as few tools as you likely have available to you right now. Let's see. I mean, I feel like you kind of already understand where this is going, right? Let's see where these guys are. Hondo, okay, BT1. Sana, right? Okay, I'm just gonna pop on my phone to check these farms. Oh, right, I can't check these. Oh, no, actually I can check these farms because I don't need to be in game. I mean, the HUD is just so, like, he's amazing. Like, I don't, like, Blackhammer, I'll say it to you again, like, Blackhammer, I've been telling him for months, he finally got it, he's just like, why didn't you tell me how amazing he was? And I was like, what do you mean? I have been telling you that. Alright, let's see, the droids. BT1 is, where is BT1? I really need to upgrade these guys. Okay, BT1 is a 12 node. BT1. 000 is a 12 node. Okay, Sana Staros is a scoundrel, I think. Sana is... Where the fuck is Sana? There she is. Yeah, we have to start doing Vandor. Sana's an 8 Cantina, so that's not terrible. Because it'll at least be done fast. And then Hondo. Hondo is also a scoundrel, right? Ooh, Hondo is in 10 shards of Hondo is in the weekly shipments if you don't have it. So 2 Cantina nodes, which is kind of rough. And then where is our DR and Malik? Let's see. Sith Empire. Don't have the team. Old Republic. Kind of working on it. Where are our ships? Don't even have Outrider done yet. Dagger. Okay. I would definitely start farming. Start slow farming the Outrider, like starting now. Obviously, Afra is a semi-passion project for you, so I would be slow farming her 2 hard nodes pretty close to now, especially with how close you are to finishing Jedi Master Luke. I think that I would pull... I think that I would try to finish Afra before you even bother with Malik. Malik is very useful. DR is very useful. You need to build that whole team, and I know Bastilla is going to be part of even unlocking them. I feel like Afra is a team that even though she's not a priority, she's going to give you more short-term benefit with your guild and doing what it needs to do. Malik is more of a medium to long-term benefit. So I think I would rip the Afra Band-Aid off right after JML into Malik. As you start to finish Afra stuff, I would slow farm Malik stuff while you're really focused on Jabba. Again, Jabba, like, I'm like his big... I need to do like a commercial for Jabba. I did a commercial, a 30-second guild commercial for Fortuna Favors the Bold a few months ago. It was very funny. It did get them some new recruits. I feel like I almost need to do that for I almost said Kermit the Frog. For Jabba the Hutt. Because it's just such an important thing. So I think I would do Afra first to get that done. Then I would start to do DR Malik as a side project, but Jabba as your new priority project. Then I think I would do Malik and then Profundity. It just is really important to have a second fleet, especially if you don't need it right now, and punishing one is going to make Executor a little bit stronger, which means you're probably not going to need the 7-star Profundity, which is beautiful. It'll give you the time you need to like slow farm shards instead. So I think that that's kind of how I would do things, right? Afra, Jabba, Malik, Profundity. At that point, you're looking at 4, maybe 5 months down the road. We're looking at a completely different game. 2 ships for often... What are you facing in GAC? You know who's a ship master? It's fucking Captain Amazing, not me. Finalizer... Do you have the full Finalizer fleet? The whole everything first order. You have tie echelon. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did one for C as a Reddit post, like a huge thing for C a long time ago, right around when Java came out, actually. What do you have for this? Until you unlock Profundity, if you start slow farming Outrider now, Home 1 is not a bad ship. So just by process, I think it counts as a rebel, right? Just by process of like having Outrider, it will elevate your Home 1 fleet to be able to do a lot more. Now, in the late game, people don't use Home 1, because they use Profundity instead. But the good news is investing in the Y-Wing and the Outrider is just going to allow you to upgrade to Profundity later. You don't have the Inquisitors for Scythe. It kind of like limits your options here. You do have Marauder at low stars. I can't do the poster. That's all Moonborn. Moonborn does every visual thing that I do. Moonborn has done for me. He has done all of it, right? If you look in the top left-hand corner of the stream, that roster reviews things, like, he's done all of these little things. We need a couple more of them. We need some for, like, for Conquest. We need some for, like, TW or whatever it is. But he has done all of that for me. He has done... The only thing he did not do for me is my logo. Yes, I would say prioritize Home 1 right now as your ship, because that'll lead right into Profundity. You don't have Negotiator, but you have a lot of the Negotiator ships, so Negotiator might be the better option for your Get 2 ship. I believe it's 1,500 crystals for 10 droid brains, I think, if I am remembering that correctly. I believe that is, it might be for 5. I can look in game right now if they're available. Oh, okay, perfect. So you have a lot of those ships. It's 5, so 1,500 for 5. So you're looking at 6,000 crystals. There we go. But Home 1 is a good option for you because it'll lead into profundity for you later. And you really only need to invest in the Rebel Y-Wing or B-Wing, whatever fucking wing it is, and in Outrider. An Outrider you need for Jabba anyway, so the investment is not wasted there. That will be your main secondary ship. And then Negotiator will come in as like a nice close second because you already have a Ahsoka Tano ship. You already have the Jedi Starfighter. You're going to need their Y-Wing, the Galactic Republic Y-Wing. Marauder, I don't know how well it works at low stars, but I think Home 1 is going to be the better secondary ship for you right now based on everything else that you need to get. Does that make sense? Does that answer all of your questions for this lovely Sunday? And those of you just joining us, if you're not on our Discord, my bot doesn't seem to be working today. I don't know why. It's fucking Bit Dynasty is on my Discord, and if fucking Bit Dynasty is on my Discord, then you know something. Well, not mine. It's me and Captain's. Captain and I are both the major players on the Discord. It is a joint effort. All right, then let's move on. Hopefully I've given you some things to think about. Okay, let's see. We did HodHod. Ooh, several year break account. These are always fun. Top 20 of your fleet, mostly Leviathan, some Radisson Executor. Oh, it's good to know, Solo. See, I'm not a ships guy. Captain is the ships guy. Solo is actually a pretty good ship resource too. And I know you've done some videos on that stuff in the past, and I've pushed you to do more. But then you complain and say I have 40 kids and 76 grandkids, and I don't have time to do anything. Used to before the break. I still recognize some names, so I could get back in. What are you currently working on? Requirements for Jedi Master Luke as well as Executor, so we don't even have Executor. Okay. Ooh, yeah, alright. Plus side farming, Jedi Knight Cal, Gungans. Gungans you don't fucking need. I love them. Mine are all R9. I am huge on Gungans. They're a trap, I personally feel like. Ideally, I'd like to get Malgus Revan ship, but feel like a long way out. Trying to get more GLs. So I can get currency for Malgus, so after Luke and Executor, I was thinking of going for a Sith Eternal Emperor as well, trying to make proper teams for the assault battles. You very much, I think you want to field a full football team, personally. That has always been my headcanon. How highly do you value efficiency? Half and half. Favorite characters? KOTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, Revans, HKs. I mean, they're good characters, so that'll help you out either way. Let's take a look, though, shall we? Let's see. These are always tough accounts. 6.7 million. There we go. ForgottenKnight. I forgot to do a timestamp. Let's say the timestamp is 1:44:00. Let's say that. We'll guess. Okay, so we have Rey, Kylo Ren. Once again, I've said this before. I don't know if you have already, but if you have Rey, Zori is just a really great short-term project, because it gives you a beautiful B team that works really well. You don't need the Omicron, but the Omicron does make it work even better than it already does. So I like to kind of tell people to do this as a short-term project. Nobody listens to me. My favorite thing in the world is when I do roster reviews, and then in general chat on our Discord, everybody goes, oh, by the way, I listened to literally nothing that you said, including Captain, who I do everything that he tells me to do literally on the stream, and he waits months and months before telling me, oh, maybe I'll do this. Where is it? Roster review. No, we don't want this one. We want this one. Let's check out these ships. Okay. So we're still working. I know. I'm just giving you shit, man. Man. You're telling me that there's some Radis and Executor, so that's actually pretty good. The gas tank is empty. Let's check this out. Tools, gear tracker. Thank you, Ani. I appreciate that. It's just such a good short-term project that I slept on for a very long time. I made that mistake. Okay. Jedi Master Luke is really good for the position that you're in right now, by the way. It'll shore up your ground war to CT3, no problem. And you actually have a lot of the assault battle ROI already down. The two that you don't have, Secrets and Shadows and Fanatical Devotion, I personally don't think the ROI is there on those two until you are ready to use those teams proper. You have Forest Moon at CT2, but that's fine for where you are. You have Rebel Roundup CT1, but again, that's fine for where you are in the game. I would caution about trying to do too much too fast, because then you're going to get burnt out again. Executive Profundity, Leviathan. Not terribly far from Leviathan, but obviously there are other things to consider for it. Like not having those things. What's for brunch for today? I don't know, man. I haven't eaten. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't had any food today yet. I lied. I had 5 Ritz crackers. I am fucking hungry. We're probably gonna go to Starbucks and get something before we go to a movie, if I want to be super, super honest about it. Let's check out these Old Republic. That's true. I did have a vitamin D pill. My once weekly vitamin D pill. And I had it on stream. That's the most nutritious thing that I have eaten all day. Night Cow, yeah. Gungans, again. Gungans are a trap, man. Don't fall for Gungans. I love Gungans, and I'm telling you that. And if I'm telling you that they are a trap, it's not worth it. You're doing plenty for your guild for the raid. I normally tell people go for C, by the way, as a first GL. But what I say is, like, C should either be your first GL or your last GL. And you're at a point where the ROI on C is not going to be super great. And I understand the reasoning of why you want to do it is for the event, the post-conquest event. So I get your reasoning. I just don't think you're going to get enough out of C. Kylo Ren does most of the proving grounds pretty well. So I would focus kind of on that. I'm just looking at Discord because I want to pull something up. It's not here. Where is it? I know, it's a pinned post. This. So this Trello board can probably help you out with being able to do proving grounds if you haven't already. But this focuses primarily on non-GL things. Whereas SLKR with different teams does a really nice job of beating pretty much all of them. So that's something you can definitely look into. He is working on his BAM. He's working on his Executor now. Right, so our Executor, we're very close to it. We're getting there. Now, is it 7 stars yet? No. I would definitely get him to like R5 though. I think that Beskar Mando. So that Trello board, I'll post a link for you, but it is on our Discord. It's in the GC, it's pinned on the GC and Journey Guide thing. See, everybody gets help here. I would definitely get BAM to at least Relic 5. I kept mine at Relic 5. Some people go higher. I don't think it's necessary. I think he's one of the ones that you don't have to get to Relic 5 for Executor. There's 1 or 2. I don't remember which ones exactly that they are, but I know that there's 1 or 2 of them. Once you have Executor, you should be hitting... I would try to refresh to 5 stars. And since your fleet Discord is primarily Executors, not primarily, but since there are Profanities and Executors, you should at least be able to get into the top 20, if not the top 10, to be able to get those, fleet Discord crystals. And I shouldn't have to tell you how important those are. As somebody who was a part of it at one point. What I will tell you, and I say this to everybody at this point, I could literally just do a video that is insert most generic roster review video in the world. Jabba should be your next project. You're going to have to work on, Skiff and Bosch. And Cursitan kind of sucks because he's a high-end relic node, but it is going to shore up, where is it? It's going to shore up your Rebel Roundup to CT3. It's going to give you Smuggler's Run 2, which is amazing. It's going to give you another Conquest team that is really good, and it's going to put you in a nice position for everything else. I would say that if we're talking about half efficiency, half fun, Jabba should be your next big farm. I would start on Outrider now, 5 battles a day, because there's no acceleration on ships. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is fine as a farm. Bo-Katan Mandalore is fine as a farm. I would honestly ignore Gungans completely. You'll get more out of Inquisitors than you will get out of Gungans, but I don't necessarily think you should go for Inquisitors until your guild starts to request them. After you get Jabba, I don't generally tell people to go for Kenobi. I think he's a luxury trap personally, but understanding your desire to get those special events, I would rather you go for Kenobi over Sith Eternal at this point. You'll also have some overlap between Jabba and Leia to go for Leia if you want to. I don't know where you are on Malgus' ship. I have no idea. I would say, Leviathan is a great ship. And you're going to need to invest in Sith Empire in order to get Leviathan. So, if we're looking at Jedi Master Luke as, kind of your personal, now farm, and we're looking at Jabba as your next GL farm, and we're looking at Bo-Katan, Mandalore, and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis as your secondary farms, we're looking at a pretty considerable amount of time, months-wise, where you could put some effort into getting Malgus and Fury class. And by the time you finish Bo-Katan Mandalore, that might be the time to go after all the KOTOR stuff. And that might end up shoring up and timing to work well with your Leviathan timeline. So really, the two things that I would take out of the timeline you mentioned to me are Gungans and C, and put in Jabba, and really nothing in place of Gungans. But after Bo-Katan, that'll be your time, I think, to work on your Old Republic. And if you're not already doing the Malgus and Fury class tiers of Conquest for Proving Grounds, I would look into doing them, because I know for a fact that SLKR can do them. I know it's easy for the Fury class one. I think that there is a specific strategy for the Malgus one, but I know that it works if you go in and find that strategy. I can't be as helpful in that regard because I have never had to do Proving Grounds ever. So it kind of becomes I don't know. But that is, I think, how I would do things. All right. Vemrose. How long ago was this? It's about a week ago. Really. All right. I think actually we'll hold off on this other roster review for today, because I do have things that need to get done today in game. Not in game, actually. Actually, before we log out for today, we'll check on in game, because we still have TW going on, and my guild will kill me if I don't do TW. So anyway. ForgottenKnight, if you have other questions, our Discord is super helpful. Everybody there is super helpful, but that is just how I would do things. Where are we on this? 193. Come on, guys. Fucking get together. Once again, there's a bunch of stuff going on in Discord. People seem to want to play Minecraft. So if you want to be involved in that, vote in our poll in the egg notification area to let us know the Minecraft experience that you're looking for to be part of that. Let's see. Oh, we got this. GL Ray. Oh, I already used SLKR. Let's do Watt, and we'll just throw in a couple other Siths as just in cases. Let's throw in you, let's throw in you, and let's throw in you. It is the Discord that everybody should be looking for, completely honestly. It is. Evasion, okay, let's do that one. Let's see if this still works. Our Discord is great. It is, right now, people were trying to figure this out before, so I'll explain a few days ago. I used to use our Discord as a personal Discord for just my friends. I've had it for years. We started using it for Star Wars in February. It is now October, and we are the second biggest content creator Discord in the game that I am aware of. So I think that is super fucking cool, personally. See what happens. Ba-da, da-da, ba-da. Only at 40%. That's crazy. And let's go with you, because I want you guys to die. We're number 2. That. We're just like Bono. And if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, then you just think that I made fun of Bono. Oh, nice. So even if I don't win, I'll at least kill 2 of them, hopefully. Ooh, no, no, no. Okay. Perfect. At least I'll do something. Ah, well, that sucked. Did a lot of damage. What is going on here? Oh, well, JMK is on our front wall too, and they're fucked on that. What else can we do? Juhani. How does Hot Cartel do against this? We about to find out. Enemy defeated. 5 damage immunity. Let's try it. TW sucks. It's terrible. I hate it so much. If it just disappeared, I would have no problem. Just get rid of it. I don't think I really need to do this one, but we'll set a good example for the rest of the guild, I guess. I should probably just hit Mara Jade, right? There we go. We'll help him out because I want to spend time with you guys. Even though my voice hurts, so I don't want to do another review. How about Lord Vader? How does Lord Vader do here? Oh my god, I don't even care about one full gear piece. Here's the problem. When we talk about rewards for Territory Wars, because like 390 or whatever is the highest reward tier, it really sucks to either get 1 or 5 Droid Brain. Like, it's terrible. I don't even care about G12 stuff. But when you're in like a 600 million guild and you're getting 1 Droid Brain because you got paired up with Maw, like, that sucks. Oh, maybe I should pay attention. Well, now you're gonna start fall me down soon. Yeah, I know. I know. I knew that was gonna happen. Though they can't get rid of my protection up, so this might be a solo win at this point. Might just take a while to ramp. Yes, but well, I guess I do technically get droid brains from doing the raid personally. The problem with TW is that you need to be on call, right? And I hate that I need to be on call for 24 hours. Every other game mode I can do on my own time, but you can't do that with TW, which is just a pain in the ass. It sucks that you have to like rejoin it and you have to do like your 2 battles and then go check it again to do 2 more battles. It's just not well designed in that way. And of course, the rewards just suck. Actually, I'm an ult. I don't think you can revive. It is, and it's terrible because you think about it, and some of the younger players are like, I don't care, I can be on call. I can't. I'm a fucking adult. Like, I have things to do. I have a job. I have a family. This is just silly to watch, personally. Well, you didn't have to be on call for the legacy raids. You only had to for challenge tier, and that was only when challenge tier first came out. And everybody hated it, and then they fixed it like 3 months. No, maybe like 2 months later, so that you didn't have to be on call. Like, there was a certain... I get what you're saying, like, when raids were soloable, it was like a one-time thing. Whereas, like, TW, it's like, okay, I gotta join, I have to do it at this time, but then I have to go back and I have to do it again at this next time. And it was like this constant thing. What else do we got here before I finish up? All raids. Oh, I should have fought this raid team. Alright, well, let's just get rid of this one. Jedis. Ooh, you know what I want to try? Let's try this. I don't know if it'll work. Oh, never mind. Mon Mothma is in, Mon Mothma's in my, Leia squad. Sad day. So let's do... Let's do something silly. Oh my god. I having to herd cats for like any game mode, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my god, this is just silly. This is just fun. Okay, I thought you were going to... Hopefully you don't kill Pow. Hopefully you don't kill Pow. Let's see if you kill Pow. Nope. Sucks for you, because Pow's gonna fucking kill you. my God, Pow. Palcron comes and saves the day. Isn't that beautiful? I've done enough. I'm in 20th place. And I don't think we're going to lose. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to lose. They're going to have trouble with our ships. I think we're okay. Omicrons, I don't know. I don't have a problem with the rate that I'm getting Omicrons. I don't feel like there's a big issue personally. I like the idea of everybody having different Omicrons, and having to make those choices a little bit. And they have shorted up just a little bit. 200s. All right, guys. So here's the deal. We're done. I'm stalling at this point. I had a great brunch. I enjoy you guys. I need to eat. I need to buy my movie tickets. I need to check my fantasy lineup and watch the Broncos win today. Next week there will be brunch. Next week there will be brunch on Sunday. I might do something with Phil on Saturday live on our phones, so none of this fancy stuff, just because I think we'll be together unless something comes up. Thanks for joining me. Check out the Discord. Vote in our polls in the egg announcements area. Let me know what's going on. And have a great rest of your weekend. I will... Actually, before we go, let's see if anyone's on Twitch. I like to raid people. Let's just check it out. So those of you that are on Twitch, who is online? Is Lysol online? Is anybody online? I don't think anybody that... Is anybody else that plays this game online? I think it's just me. Okay, well, all right, I guess